Alright, guys, not a lot to talk about this week. I'm going to kind of give you some instructions, give you some places to start, and then I think I'm going to kind of take it easy because some of you are pretty far behind, and I've only got one person who turned in the assignment from last week. So, real quick, let's talk about last week. Last week we had our brief introduction video about what art is, and we talked a little bit about what kind of makes something art, what isn't art, is art a useful term. And then on day 2, you had this assignment where you were supposed to listen to 3 different versions of the same song and talk about how those different versions created different meanings and how art works to define meanings, and how can we have songs with the same content and the same melody kind of maybe mean different things. And you were supposed to click a video. I do want to show you really quick. You know, if you click on this, it might not load, right? And that's why it says click the title if the preview doesn't load. And what that means is just click right here, and this will open up the video in a new tab, and then you should be able to see it right here. The reason why is sometimes I record videos with music or other things in them, and they get copyright struck on YouTube, and they will take them down. So in order to have you guys experience them, I've got to upload them someplace else. So there are actually 2 places where you can actually get there. There's that one, and then this one, same thing. If you open it in a new tab, it should be here as well. Um, so there should be 2 places
Hi
that
everyone.
you can watch this video. Um,
Hi everyone.
so please go do that for those of you that didn't do the assignment last week. Again, just click on the title. I know that it's going to open it up in this screen and try and open it up in Schoology, but you just have to click up here and then you should be good. All right. This week we're going to do something kind of similar to that hurt assignment, but also a little bit different. So the idea this week is, last week we looked at how one piece of art can be interpreted different ways, and how those different interpretations can maybe lead to different meanings, or at least modify the meaning somewhat, right? This week, what we're doing is almost the inverse of that, which is we're going to take 3 different pieces of art on the same topic, and then talk about how we can combine the ideas in those 4 pieces of art to kind of come up with an idea of a thing. So this week, what we've got is we've got 2 songs about America and two poems about America. All right, so 4 pieces of art total, right? So the songs are "Born in the USA" by Bruce Springsteen, which you've all probably heard at some point, right? I think that whenever you start actually reading the lyrics, you might be surprised about that song. And then we've got "America" by Simon and Garfunkel. 2 kind of classic songs about America, and I posted the lyrics for them here under the American Songs document. If you open that up, it'll give you the lyrics for both those songs, so that way as you listen you can read along, so that way you can really kind of get what they're talking about. And then we've got 2 poems about America. One is "Love Letter to America," "Love Letter with No Apologies to Ginsburg," written in, I think, 2010 ish. And then the other one is "America," written by Allen Ginsberg in 1956. All right. And so, same topics, and obviously because he says "with no apologies" to, like, Ginsburg here, this poet has obviously been inspired by this poem here. So kind of a pair of poems, right? And so what I want you to do is actually kind of difficult. Is I want you to read these poems, listen to these songs, and then I want you to give me about 600 to 800 words about how they are creating a picture of the topic of America. What can you piece together about these ideas of America? What does America mean based on these kind of pieces of art that you have kind of been given. So the idea of like synthesis is to pull things together and combine them into one whole. Almost like if you've got a bunch of Lego blocks and then you put them together to make something, right? That's what the idea of like synthesis is, right? So using these pieces of art, what is the narrative of America that emerges from these pieces of art? And then, if you want, you can give your opinion on whether or not you agree or disagree with that, right? In some ways, these pieces of art are going to be saying the same things about America, but then in some ways they might not, right? But I want you to, again, do some synthesis work. And this is when they talk about orders of like thinking, right, and the different ways of thinking and the like thinking complexity, right, like memorization and regurgitation is down here, and synthesis is way up here. It's actually the second highest level order of thinking besides generation. Generation is creating something. Synthesis, the combining of ideas together, is actually right under that. And so I want you to pull these pieces together, all right, and then find out, and then tell me, what are they saying about America? What is the story of America that they are creating together? Okay, and that is your assignment for this week. You also have your weekly discussion thread, all right, which is how does art shape our sense of self? And I really want you to kind of think about this one. Don't just give a gut shot answer. What I want you to like think about is like, for instance, I am not the target audience for basically any um, art that is generated in the world. You guys are much more the target audience. In fact, the majority of the art that I come in contact with, and the majority of artistic production that I come in contact with, is actually tangential, because it is art that my daughters are engaging with. It is movies that my daughter are like watching. Either they're watching, I've got a 6-year-old, so either she's watching Frozen or Mulan, or right now it's The Croods 2, right? Or I've got a 12-year-old, and she's listening to music, and she's watching YouTube videos, and a lot of the artistic production that I come in contact with is through them. A lot of the art made in the world is not for me, because I'm getting old, I'm getting crusty, I'm getting broke down, I'm getting out of touch, right? I turned 38 this week. Um, I'm getting up there, right? Much more so, it is made for you guys and people your age and just a little bit older than you, just a little bit younger than you. And what I want you to think about is think about how long you've been doing things like watching television shows and watching movies and listening to music and seeing pictures and drawings from picture books, all right? And think about how much all of those things influence you, and how much they do or don't shape your sense of self, and the ways in which they do that. And so I want you to kind of consider that, all right, as you answer our discussion thread this week, all right? I'm not going to need to talk a whole lot more after this, because right now most of the class is pretty far behind. I still don't have EE proposal forms from the vast majority of people. I've got it from 2 people right now, and that's it. Again, I can't get supervisors assigned because I don't have the proposal forms to submit topics to the supervisors. And that's to say nothing of last week's assignment with this how does art generate meaning essay. I've only got 1 student that has turned that in. So like right now we are pretty far behind here, and so I'm going to keep it short this week to give you guys time to maybe kind of catch up. That would be nice as well. So go do your work, go get it done. Peace out. If you need anything, let me know. If you have questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. Yeah. All right. Bye.